Greetings, everyone. My name is Dr. Jaleesa Heffernan. I'm a clinical psychologist that studies the alarming rates of suicide in the military. Today, I'm going to be informing you about a program called United, in which we want to implement into the military. United is a suicide prevention program in which we hope that will give you a little bit more information and insight on suicide itself. I've teamed up with clinical psychologists all around the world who have treated patients with suicidal tendencies, so this is a program that was very thought out. I know that suicide prevention is something that we speak about a lot in the military due to the huge rates of suicide in the military. So I just want to inform you that it is a little bit different of a program. So hopefully today you will be informed on it and you'll be able to make the decision on whether you will choose it or not. So I just wanted to let you guys know that we are going to be talking about suicide, like I've said it multiple times today. So if this is a triggering topic for you, please feel free to step outside. I have no hurt with that. And if you wanted to chat after, you can also come in and chat with me after the presentation. So I did want to talk about suicide, the act itself, what it is. I'm sure we all know what suicide is. It is when someone takes their own life. Right now in the United States, it is the 10th leading cause of death. And in the United States military, it is the second leading cause of death. So as you can tell right there, it is a huge issue, not only in the military, but globally and nationally. I wanted to talk about suicide because it is a little bit more than just taking one's own life. People who commit suicide are almost often going through something. They come from broken homes. They've went through traumatic experiences such as rape or things of that nature. Some of them have experienced alcohol or drug abuse. Some of them have mental disorders such as anxiety, PTSD, depression. All of these things will make a person sometimes feel very alone. I did want to go into another topic, and that is being there for each other. We are in the military, and it is supposed to be a big, happy family. And some of you may laugh, because sometimes you just don't feel like that. I think it is important for all of us to understand that we are all in this together. Many of us have left our homes to come out here, many of us young, many of us a little bit older. A lot of the time we are stripped away from something that makes us feel home. It is important that we all understand that we have to be there for each other. That is a big spot in United, and that's what we want to portray and to give out information on. It's not just going to mental health. It's not just going to counseling. Sometimes it's just having someone there to give you that information, or to take in that information and to listen and to give feedback if necessary. Obviously, calling mental health and calling the doctor is something that sometimes people will absolutely need. And there is nothing wrong with that. I know there is typically a stigma in the military in which you may be, lose your job or get kicked out because of emotional distress. In many cases, that is why people avoid the mental health. But that is not something that you should fear about. You can go to mental health and seek medical attention, and everything is going to be okay. I did want to go into talking about signs of suicide. So obviously, there are signs of suicide, but sometimes it's not always predictable. Some of the signs that you may see are, giving up. They give up on work. They give up on being a clean person. Sometimes you will go into somebody's home and it's absolutely a disaster, but that is something that they most likely have a medical disorder or a mental disorder. Sometimes you will see people isolating themselves. You will see kind of a loner person or someone who typically just says no to hanging out with the friends. And that's something that you should be cognizant about. Obviously, there are some people who just like to be alone, but it's not going to hurt anybody if you just state, hey, are you okay? Did you want to come out with us? And that's also important that they feel wanted. I know this is all things that I'm asking you guys to do, but it might be you one day feeling alone and feeling like you just do not belong in this world. And that is the one thing that everybody in this world needs, is for someone to be there for them in a time like that. And since we are in the military, we do have a family bond being here, and sometimes having to go through the crappiest of times because we're the military and we have to. We all need to bond with each other and be there for one another in order to prevent suicide from happening so much in the military. And lastly, I just wanted to let you guys know that hopefully you guys are able to choose United as a program that we can further prosper into the military and get this program out there. I know this is pretty short of a briefing, but hopefully if you do choose United, we will be able to go a little bit more in depth on what suicide is, how it happens, kind of open up each other's stories, and hopefully you're able to choose United.